everybody. This is Kevin Davison, your host for Kevin's Corner, real estate from a marketing perspective, and this is episode number 64. We're getting up there on episodes, shooting for 100, but that won't happen until next year. Now, I always start the podcast off by letting everybody know that if you're a real estate agent or a vendor that operates in the Fort Bend County area and you want to be on the podcast, give me a call, 832-654-0527. Or email me at kevin.davidson@stewart.com and we'll get you on the calendar. And I can't do this podcast if it wasn't for my support staff, my support team, which is Jennifer Smitis, the area vice president, Caitlin Kornick and Devin, the escrow officers here in the Sugar Land area, and Wendy Santana in the Richmond area office, as well as all of their assistants and our front desk staff and funders and everybody that works at our two offices. So if you're not using Stewart Title for your title services, at the end of the podcast, I'll say shame on you.
Shout out to Wendy.
Shout out to Wendy. There
yes.
you go. So let's get started. So this is episode number 64. I have two real estate agents on the podcast today. One is a returning guest who seems like, based on her energy, is going to do a lot better this time than she did last time. And this is Demetria Guidry.
That's correct.
Who is first timer on the podcast, but we've known each other for about a year and a half, or give or take, and everything. She's also a client of ours.
Yes.
So why don't you tell everybody who you are, who you're with, and we'll start there.
Okay, well, thank you, Kevin, for having me today. My name again is Demetria Guidry. I am with the real estate group R Alexa, and they've been around for, I want to say, about 15 years. The broker, she's kind of dabbled in several different avenues of real estate. She's done mortgage, she's done loan officer, she's done title, broker now for about 15 or plus years. I love the business. I'm here to serve my clients. I've been doing it now for about 10 years, and I do it full time.
Where does the broker have a brick and mortar office?
Yes, we are off of kind of like the Bel Air and 610 area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so let's tell everybody about you. So have you always been a real estate agent? What were you doing before you got into real estate?
So I've always pretty much been in sales. I've done sales for AT&T for about 8 years. Prior to that, I was with Sprint for about 9 years. And then one day, a friend of mine told me about real estate, and I was like, I think I could do that. It's still sales. Yeah. And I've done that now. Like I said, I'm on my 10th year. I was on a couple of different teams. Mm-hmm. When I first started, I was on the Victor Short team at KW Signature for about 2.5 years. And sending them my condolences. Miss Patricia's no longer here with us. And she was just like a really, really great mentor to me. Mm-hmm. And then from there, I went on to kind of coordinate and start up the Traverity Group with Keller Williams Signature as well for Crispin Reyna. And I was on that team for about 3 years. We grew it to about 15 agents. And then, of course, COVID came and kind of dismantled a lot of that. Yeah, really? Yeah. And that's okay. Things happen with a purpose.
COVID broke up a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it came with a vengeance there. And since then, now I've just kind of gone on my own and created my own entity. And I have one wonderful partner on my team. She's unable to be here today, but
we'll have to get her in next time.
Yeah, we'll bring her in next time, and I would love to introduce her to you guys, and that's it.
So your brokerage is in the Bel Air area. What area of town do you specialize in? What area of town do you like to do your real estate in? Not that you wouldn't help somebody in some other part of Houston, but what's your area of expertise?
I kind of focus a lot on the north, believe it or not. I live here in the Sugar Land, Rosenberg area, but a lot of my clientele, they love the north. Really? And if they love it, that's where I'm going. Yeah, nice. Yeah.
What made you? I know you said you were in sales, and you someone told you about being a real estate agent or real estate. And you said, "I think I can do that." What about being in real estate made you decide to make a career change? Because making a career change is not an easy decision to make.
It really is not. When I decided to really dive deep into it, it was part-time at first. I had my daughter, and I wanted the flexibility of the scheduling to be able to pick her up from school, drop her off, attend any school events that she may have had. And from there, I just drove in and decided to do it full time.
Really? Did you find it difficult going through the exam process and all that stuff?
No, it was kind of streamlined back then. I don't know about now. Those four people now, I heard they have catching, some trouble. But back then it was really kind of simple to kind of get in, take your course, study, go for the exam, state, national, and pass it from there.
What kind of agent are you? Do you prefer leases, listings, buys, investors?
I was a buyer's agent. As I mentioned, I was on two separate teams. I was a buyer's agent for some time. Preferably, I prefer listings, only because I believe I can get more personable with the clients. Like, what are you listing? Typically, they're always going somewhere else.
Right.
They're selling, and they're not always moving out of the state. They would just want maybe bigger, better. Maybe sometimes they want to downsize. And I feel I can venture more into that with listings. So I prefer listings. Again, I help everybody.
Of course. So tell everybody about how you handle your real estate business. And what I mean by that is when someone approaches you needing real estate, no matter what kind of real estate it is, how do you handle the first initial meeting? What can they expect from you?
The first meeting is always really, really imperative. I like to do a face-to-face. I'm not really a over the phone or text message type of person.
Unless I have to get you here. But.
Right. You better respond. Or you just show up.
Are you coming?
Right. I prefer to meet, even if it's at a coffee shop. If they don't want to come to the office, I can do a meet in the middle, coffee shop somewhere. I do a lot of those. Starbucks is like my best friend. We go there all the time, and just do a face-to-face because I feel like you get to really learn your client, get to know your client. You're more personable. You can ask those questions versus just on the phone or Zoom. And a lot of people prefer that, believe it or not.
Since you prefer listings, right? Listings,
yes.
What would you tell somebody right now, based on the way the economy is, the market is, everything that's going on, that asks you, is it a good time to sell my house?
I would just say, let's look into the equity first. Okay. Let's see what you have. Then that will determine if this is the right time for you or not. Because not everyone, I have a client who's, maybe it's been a little over a year and a half, but she wants to move on to something better. Equity's not quite there. So it just depends. Let's see what kind of equity you have.
How do you feel about the market? I mean, if someone was to come to you and want to list their property, what kind of expectations would you tell them about time on the market and, how close to your asking price you might get and things like that?
Well, we would definitely go over all that through the listing agreement, and I would fully explain to them, hey, in your neighborhood, it's X amount of days, that's showing up on the CMA, and this is what we can anticipate. This is what we can expect. Worst case scenario, maybe this. Don't be afraid of reducing it after 2 weeks on the market. No offers, no showings. That's just common these days.
So what is for you in your real estate world, what is the days on market right now?
It just depends. Some neighborhoods you're getting 30 days. Yeah. Sucks,
it's
but
not like what it was in COVID.
No, there's no 1-2 days in the market.
I just listed it. It's already sold.
Exactly. Exactly.
But that's what I'm noticing too. So the number of agents that I work with that have contracts has not gone down.
Right.
But the frequency of them coming into me has drastically gone down. Yeah. Because it's taken longer for houses to sell. Right. I talk to agents all the time. I'm like, Kevin, I got one. It's yours, but I need a buyer.
I know. As soon as I get it, I promise I'm coming.
I can't send you the contract if I don't have a buyer.
Right.
And then on the other hand, there are agents that we have a contract with, and we can't close it fast enough. It's just the other side of the spectrum. Right. So let's talk about a little bit you and your business. This is a marketing podcast, so yes. You've been an agent for 10 years. Yeah. I'm sure a lot of your business has been from referrals. Yeah. But is there anything else that you've done to market your business over the last 10 years?
Of course, the Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I did look into that. I think it's Bigger Pocket.
Bigger Pockets.
Yes.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I just looked into that, signed up for that here recently. And, of course, the infamous Google My Business, of course.
It's not infamous. It's a necessity.
It's a necessity. He's right. So, yeah, that's kind of how I go about marketing, and, of course, the referrals from.
So tell everybody real quick, because this is something that most agents don't know about, and it drives me crazy. Tell everybody what Bigger Pockets is.
It's basically a platform of investors who are out there to just assist you if you have questions, if you want to get into investing, if you know of investors that know what kind of deals they're looking for, that's where you should go. Gain a lot of information from there.
Right. And you can join the platform,
yes,
not being an investor.
Correct.
To just, you can post on there that you're the expert about things.
Correct.
Don't advertise your business.
No.
They won't let you do that unless you're on the paid version. But if you're on the free version, basically anything you would post on social media, post it on Bigger Pockets, and eventually an investor will reach out to you.
Yep.
And that's how you gain more business. It's much like being on Facebook, but not as cumbersome.
Right.
There's not as many buttons and things
yes,
to do.
Exactly.
But it's a social media platform basically for just real estate related people.
Correct.
So she found out about it. She got on it. You should too.
Absolutely.
Google My Business. Everybody, if you're running your own business, you need a Google My Business page.
Yes.
If you don't have one, and you have a Gmail account.
He's the man.
And if you have a Gmail account, you got one. You just ain't set it up yet. You don't know about it. So give me a call and I'll help you set that up. Going forward, what are some marketing techniques or campaigns or ideas you think you might want to try that you haven't done?
I have not utilized like the drip campaign, I'll be honest, in a while. Mm-hmm. I need to get back on that. I know it works. Done that before several years, especially being on the team. They were notorious for the drip campaigns. And then simply like door knocking. I know it's 100 degrees outside, but
wait a few months.
Yeah, maybe like October, get back into doing the door knocking. Again, that's another face-to-face communication. People love that. Mm-hmm. So those are two things.
The drip campaigns, which if you don't know what that is, it's basically just an email that goes out in a specific time constantly in the future. So once a month, every month for the next 2, 3, 4 years. And it's a very easy way to promote your business and yourself. In order to do drip campaigns, you have to be using a CRM.
Yeah.
So it definitely works. Yeah. Believe me. Something you haven't mentioned that I'm surprised you haven't mentioned yet, knowing me, farming.
Oh yeah.
But you did say door knocking.
Right, which is a form of it.
It's a form of it, yes. But farming is where you come to someone like me, you get a list of addresses with the names of the homeowners and maybe the emails and addresses or phone numbers of them, and you just market to them.
Right.
But it's also a great way if you get the email addresses to pad your CRM.
Right.
So awesome. Well, I hope you do some of those things in the future.
I will.
Do you have? So you're with the broker.
Yes.
Do you have a company name yourself?
Yes, I do have my own entity within our Alexa group. It's called Elite Real Estate Services Group. Mm-hmm. And again, it's my partner, Chelsea Waters, and I, just the two of us.
That name sounds very familiar.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't met her before?
She may have taken one of your classes.
She may have taken one of my
classes.
Yeah. Okay. She'll probably walk in and go, oh my God,
like it's Kevin.
Yeah. Awesome. So if I'm out there in the world and I need a real estate person and I go online, because everybody goes online now to find people, and I run across you online and your marketing online leads me to believe that you're an expert and I want to talk to you. What is, if you're talking to that person or anybody else out there that it will need real estate in the future, what is it? What's something about you, about Demetria, that you want the whole world to know as far as how you conduct your business?
I conduct my business in a way that's with integrity. I'm passionate about what I do. I don't just do this just for a hobby. I do this because this is everyone's livelihood, and I do know and feel that will show and reflect on my business.
And you're a full-time agent, right?
Full-time agent, yes.
So, go ahead.
Oh, that was it.
What? Tell everybody how to get a hold of you. What's your?
You can find me on LinkedIn, Demetria Guidry, or Facebook, Demetria Guidry as well. Instagram.
YouTube?
No, I don't have YouTube.
I got it.
He stopped me. He stopped me again. I don't have YouTube, but I will create it, and this will be my first video.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Very nice. Very nice. Your phone number?
My phone number to be reached is 713-826-5779.
And last question for you: the brokerage you're with and or your team, are you guys looking for any more agents? Are you looking to grow the team?
Yes, both. Our Alexa group is always looking to expand, buyer's agent, listing agents, either or. And for my separate team, we are looking for assistance with like showings at this time.
All right. So if you and your brokerage you're independent, right?
Correct.
So if I join your brokerage, I can run my own business, do my own thing, and
absolutely.
Okay. So if you're a real estate agent out there that's either brand new and looking for a home, or you are looking for a new home, give her a call. At least coffee and questions is not cost anything, and the coffee's going to cost you $25, but the questions are free. She'll give you answers, and maybe it's a good fit.
Yeah.
Give everybody your phone number one more time.
Phone number to be reached is 713-826-5779.
If you need a great real estate agent with over 10 years experience, call Demetria.
Thank you.
Thank Thanks for coming on.
You're welcome. Thank you, Kevin.
All right. We'll see you back here in just a second for segment number 2 with Irene Uribe, the actor. Hey, everybody. This is Kevin, your host for Kevin's Corner Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective, and we're back with segment number 2 of episode number 64. We talked to Demetria Guidry for a few minutes, awesome agent, to now we're talking with a returning guest whom has a lot more than real estate to tell, because I feel like that I should be paying her to be here. She'll tell you why in a minute. But this is Irene Uribe. Introduce yourself and tell her who you're with.
Yeah. Hi, my name's Irene Uribe. I'm with Next Home Luxury Premier with the Prestige Texas Living team. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me back.
If you can't tell, she is a bundle of energy.
Yes, so, caffeine helps.
Yeah, take that away from her. But yes, she is a fairly new agent, learning the ropes, getting her feet wet. But there's 2 unique things about this young lady. Number one, she is an actor. She does currently act in films, not major roles, but she is either stand-ins or extras, or but she does know the likes of famous people. I'm not going to say names because then I'll get sued. But yeah, she hangs out with some pretty important people.
Fun stuff.
She also, if you can't tell by looking at her, is 100% fluent in Spanish.
That's correct. Hablo español.
So we're going to prove that later in the episode.
Sí.
So, did we tell everybody what brokerage you're with?
Yes. Next Home Luxury Premier.
All right. And you're on which team?
Prestige Texas Living team. I work under Cedric Oglesby. He's amazing.
I was going to give him a shout out, but you did it in front of
Hey.
All right. He'll be on the podcast soon. He was on a couple months ago too, as well. So, so tell everybody, you're a brand new agent. Why'd you become an agent, especially if you're in the acting world?
Well, I was a stay-at-home mom for 9 years, and I really needed to get back to work. I've always been in sales, and I started acting when I was in my early 20s. I'm 34 now, and the opportunity presented itself.
She looks 23, doesn't she?
Thank you. Oh my gosh, I'd love to hear that.
Yeah, it's true. Look at it.
But the opportunity presented itself with the acting world again, and then I took it on. I'm actually a lead. I've been casted as a lead for a miniseries, and I'm very excited about that. That we're going to start filming that at the end of the year.
I didn't know that. Congratulations.
Thank you. So right now, I'm kind of working on learning the, kind of behind the camera. So I've been working freelance crew. And along the way, meeting a lot of great people. A lot of great people here in Texas. The Texas film crew is exploding. And, this business is all about networking. And, honestly, I'm just having fun doing it. And I'm just having a blast. It's been great.
So let's talk about real estate.
Yes.
Why did you want to become a real estate agent? I mean, I know you were at home for 9 years and you went back to work, but why real estate? You could have done anything.
Well, my brother became a real estate investor, and I remember, and I started to see all the benefits that, everything that he was going. He's actually an engineer by profession. He started investing in real estate. So I started doing a little bit of research myself, and real estate is one of the ways where you can generate wealth, generational wealth for your family, right? And, I started to learn. I went and got, took my test, took all the classes. And, I would like to share that, especially with the Latino community, because we don't know much about that, The Latino community does not know much about how simple it really is to go buy a house and how much help there is out there. At Next Home, we believe that we put humans over houses. So for us, us spreading the message, helping people out, and essentially helping them be financially secure, not just for themselves, but for their future as well, their children. And that was very important to me. I have set some goals that I have, and a lot of that, is to ensure my children's security, right? That's important.
And so you're learning the ropes now, and you're learning from some pretty cool people, and we want to give Brian Bartholomew a shout out.
Yes, Brian, what's up? I miss you. I hope everything's well. We'll talk soon.
She used to be on his team.
I was.
And they changed teams. So what is it about real estate that you like so far? You've been in it for a little while now. And
right.
What is it you like about real estate?
I think the biggest thing for me is just sharing the message and talking to clients. Really getting to know them as people, because, it's not so much a business, it's helping them out. And so when you get to talk to new people, I'm an extrovert. I need people around me, always. So, I love meeting new people and sharing what I have learned with them, because ultimately that's what life is all about. We all got to help each other. That's how we prosper. And so, it's been such an amazing experience for me to just, ever since I started in real estate a little over a year ago, about a year in, I've just met so many amazing people out there. And, it's opened so many opportunities for myself. And I think a lot of that is because I've been sharing the message. People see that when you're really out to help them and just, work with integrity and have good intentions. I think that's been probably, the best thing for me. Is getting to learn from some of the best in the industry. Shout out to Candace Blue. She's a broker owner at Next Home Luxury Premier. I've learned so much from her. She is so amazing, and she really is out there to teach us and become better at what we do. She's persistent, and I need someone like that in my corner. Same thing. So I'm very happy where I am right now. It's such a great team. A lot of new agents who are so great. You'll be meeting some of them soon. I'm going to be bringing them in here.
Oh, awesome. There you go.
Yes.
What kind of agent do you think you want to be? What kind of what kind of client do you want to work with?
I'm just ready to work with anyone, out there. Again, if you need any help with real estate or have any questions, that's what we do. We're here to answer those questions, to help you out, to try to navigate, the market. There's a lot of changes. I'm sure we all know there's been a lot of changes within the industry and within the market. The market's never the same, ever. It's always evolving. It's always changing. And this is why continuing to learn is vital in this industry. So getting out there, doing the activities every day, at Next Home Luxury Premier, we actually do a lot of new construction. So we have a lot of connections out there with new construction, Perry Homes, Lennar. There's just so many new construction out there, and that's important for us to maintain those relationships so that ultimately we can help the clients out. But we work with, right now, I'm working with investors, working with people that are from out of the country. I've been texting. I'm like, this isn't an American number. I've been texting with someone, and I told my team lead yesterday, I'm like, do I put the Mexican number on here? Because that's how we're communicating. But that's how it is. You just want to go out and help anyone that we can, because ultimately that's how the blessings come in.
Yeah, and I know you pretty much drive all over the city of Houston. But what area of town do you want to specialize in? What area of town do you want to be the expert?
I really like Katy, and just the general west side of Houston. Katy, Richmond, Rosenberg, Fort Bend County, west of Harris County. I really like Bridgeland. Sunterra is, probably the number one community, right? I think it is the number one community in sales. And it's just such a beautiful community out there. So those are the areas that I stick to, mostly because, I really like the suburbs. A lot of families out there. I have 3 children, and, I can relate with families, and I love to see the smile on their faces, on everybody's face, right? So it's just, I really like specializing in that area.
So let's take a turn here and talk about, in the last year, you've learned a lot about marketing from your peers and from me. What is it? What marketing concepts? What marketing ideas are you wanting to implement for the future for your business?
Well, when you treat people with care and integrity, and you go above and beyond, referrals is essentially how the best businesses are run. But I've been dabbling in a little bit. Maintaining your CRM is vital. Making sure that you're working that so that you can make sure that you stay in touch with people. Yeah, all the people you meet. We meet a lot of people. And, I've actually have a few lead companies as well. I've gotten some success from that. A lot of success, actually.
Are those leads that you're getting from the lead company, are you putting them in the database?
I am. Right now, we're actually very focused at our brokerage in working our CRM. Right? We've put a lot of time into that, and thank you to Garolyn. Garolyn has been, she works there at Next Home Luxury Premier, and she is the wizard at CRM. And so, she's
better than me.
I'm not gonna pick sizes here, Kat. I'm not picking sides here.
On my own podcast. Oh my gosh.
She's the queen of KV Court. She's the queen. You know. Yeah, you called me out there. You did. I like that. You got to keep me honest here.
You get your podcast, I'm on it. You can call me out.
But you know what? Kevin here has actually. Let's talk a little bit about what you've done for me, because I've told you this before. He's taught me so much about business in general, and what's the best way to grow it, and the best way to market yourself. And really, I most of what I've learned when it comes to marketing, I've learned from Kevin. Mm-hmm. And I've told you that before, and I'm so grateful to have him in my life, because if it wasn't for all the knowledge that you've taught me, I wouldn't be where I am now. I would be stuck. I wouldn't know where to go. And it's important to have those these people that, like Kevin, that have your back, that want to see you win. Surround yourself with people like that, and essentially win together.
Yeah, I'm all about helping real estate agents. Things like farming, which you didn't mention, and we talked about, Demetria and I talked about YouTube, but video, okay? If you don't know, the number one way to market anything today is with video. Yes. So if you're not doing video and you're not putting them on YouTube, you're missing out, because the number one search engine that exists today is what? Google. What's number 2?
YouTube?
YouTube. Who owns YouTube?
Google. Right.
I don't need to say anything else.
Right.
Okay. If you're not doing video on Google and YouTube, then you're behind all your competition. So I recommend right here on my podcast that you get a YouTube channel and do your videos.
And do the videos. I've been sticking to a lot of social media. For me, that's what I've had some success in. and we've talked about this, but I'm still new. Starting, real estate business, it takes a lot of work, a lot of daily work, 12-hour days sometimes, 13-hour days. And honestly, I love it because there's always something to do. For me, it's important to stay busy and to stay out and just continuing to grow so that ultimately I can be the best realtor for my clients, right? And so, since I started working with you, I know I've improved my real game. We've talked about this. Yeah.
If you haven't seen her on TikTok and Instagram, the best. I mean, she can take filming herself walking into an elevator to the next level. Okay?
I do like to do that. Kind of just showing people exactly what we do. And it's, I think there's, a lot of people don't really know how hard real estate agents actually have to work. And it is a daily thing. Like any business, you have to maintain your inventory. You got to know where everything, you have to keep track of everything essentially, right? And so it's vital.
And everything around it.
Right. So it's vital for us to use all our resources, or as many as we can, because we have so many resources, right, that I think a lot of realtors don't even know they have. So I've been finding all these new resources, and at Next Home, we pride ourselves in having the top of the line technology. We have all kinds of resources out there, and I just love growing and learning a little bit more every day, because that's, it's what keeps me happy, ultimately makes me a better realtor. And, the confidence is very important as well when we go out, and that's what it's about.
Well, you can tell by listening to her, she's got a lot of confidence. So, for someone that is looking for a real estate agent and has run across you on the internet, but you don't have a whole lot of experience yet,
right.
Talk to them and get them to understand that choosing you would be the right decision.
Definitely. So I work in a team. That's been very important for me in growing and in learning. Everything that we do, whenever you work under a team, you will always have someone there with me. So right now, Seth and I have been working every transaction together. So you get essentially 2 or 3 for one, for the price of one sometimes, right? You could say it that way. So working in a team environment and just continuing to grow and learn ultimately is what it's all about, right? So I think that for me, learning, it's important to listen to your clients, making sure you know their wants, their likes, even, what they like to do for hobbies, because when you have those, it's the little details that really makes a difference, right?
Makes it personal.
It makes it very personal. So, if you tell me you like to be near a park, or somewhere specific, it's important to remember those little details and knowing that way you could make their home search special, and then you'll really see them fall in love with something, and that's where it becomes very gratifying for me.
So to make sure everybody believes you, speak to your Spanish speaking.
Mi nombre es Irene Uribe, vendo aquí casas en el Houston, Texas, y pues si tienen cualquier pregunta acerca de la industria, cómo pueden comprar una casa. Hay muchos programas ahí disponibles para todas las personas que se les puede hacer el sueño realidad en pues ser dueño de su casa, porque últimamente cuando uno renta ese dinero se va y ya no regresa, pero cuando pagas el dinero en una casa, entonces esa inversión la vas a tener para el resto de su vida, y las inversiones solamente van para arriba. Entonces, mi nombre es Irene Uribe, mi número es 512-851-7884.
All I know is she said she gave her phone number.
I gave my number.
I don't know anything else she said. But, see, I told you, she speaks Spanish. So, tell everybody in English, for everybody else,
Absolutely.
How to get a hold of you.
So, my number is 512-851-7884. That is my personal cell. Please call me. I am here ready and willing to answer all of your questions. Again, Irene Uribe, 512-851-7884.
And where can they find you on social media?
Irene Uribe at Facebook. I'm also same name on Instagram. I have my acting name because I don't keep my real name for that. I have another name, an alias. So it's Irene Uribe with Irene Gonzalez Garza. That's my acting name. Which is actually my dad's name and my mom's name. That's how they do it in Latin America. You take both the parents' name, right? So I just decided to keep it that way.
Okay. And do you have a website?
Yes, I do. Irene Uribe at .texasluxurypremier.com.
Okay, give me your phone number one more time.
512-851-7884. Please call me or text me because I always need someone to talk to, and I will be here for you. Even if you just want to call and say hello, I'm there. Just call me, text me, I will answer.
Didn't know she was going to do that.
Well,
so, thanks for being on the podcast.
Thank you
for the
again,
second
Kevin. I
time.
appreciate you.
You had a lot more energy, and this time you weren't near as nervous, so good job. So that wraps up episode number 64 of Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective. Like I said earlier, Demetria Guidry and Irene Uribe. I can't say it with the Spanish accent, but give them both a call. They're both great agents, and they'll be able to help you with whatever you need. Again, this is episode number 64. If you are a real estate agent or a vendor that operates in the Fort Bend County area and you want to be on the podcast, give me a call, 832-654-0527. And as always, thank you to Jennifer Smitis, Caitlin Kornick, Devin, Wendy Santana, and everybody else for Stewart Title. And like I promised, if you're not still using Stewart Title for your title services, shame on you. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks.